Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview, the Merseyside derby at Anfield. Oh joy, oh joys. Can't wait. Favourite game of the season, honest. Yeah. I don't even know whether I want to do a match preview for this. It just feels like, I don't know, we're just going to hurt ourselves by doing
Got
it.
an inevitability about it, but you never know.
Marco Silva's last game as an Everton manager, possibly, as well.
Could be.
There's a lot of factors. Everton could go into the relegation zone if they lose the game, and no, they could. I think.
I know.
Norwich play
Norwich are at
Southampton.
home, yeah.
So if there's a winner in that, and Everton lose, then we're in the bottom three as well.
What?
Joy of joys. I am sure.
Going to see Jurgen Klopp
Sure,
running on
going
the
to see
pitch.
Jurgen running around beating
the
his
pitch.
chest. If you haven't seen it, by the way, Adam Partington has done a video for 888 Sport. Just watch this a minute.
Jurgen Klopp is the biggest egomaniac in world football. Not just the Premier League, world football.
What are your thoughts on that, Jurgen Klopp? Is he an egomaniac?
Yeah, he is an egomaniac, isn't he? He's a very good manager.
Yeah.
Do
Do you think Pep's better than him as a manager?
I think Pep, yeah, because he's done more. But I mean, Adam said, 100 times. I don't think he's 100 times better than Klopp. But I think he's a better manager because he's done more. But Klopp is a brilliant manager. Yes, he's an egomaniac, and he does, whether Liverpool fans like it or not, he does make a lot of the stuff about him. The camera, it's always for the camera, isn't it?
Do you think we'd like that, though? Do you think we'd like a manager, because we're looking at, obviously talking and looking at managers at the moment, do you think that we'd like that kind of stuff at Everton?
I think some people would. You would.
No, I would. Listen, if you want to watch more of that video, go and check it out on the 888 Sport YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Make sure you leave a comment as well on it, whether you agree or you disagree on the matter. I know one thing I'll say about Jurgen Klopp is that I think we would love a manager, we'd all love a manager who identifies as one of us, but shows a bit of passion as well, but it can't be phony. And I suppose that's the thing with Klopp, is it? Do you think it's phony, or do you think it's real?
I think, listen, a lot of what he does is real because he did it at Dortmund.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's his way of engaging. Sometimes I just think he plays up to the cameras. But
Isn't that just emotion? Isn't that what we listen, I think our current manager is like an android, honestly. I think you'd have to plug in an emotion chip into the back of his head.
He is what he is, and Klopp is what he is, isn't he? Whether you'd prefer one or the
Well,
other,
I'd 100 million times prefer
Okay.
a manager who shows emotion
the one that doesn't.
than one that doesn't. Okay. Because I know what you're saying. If you think it's fake, that's fine. It's a different argument. If you think it's fake, but I
don't think it's all fake, like I just said,
Yeah.
because I've seen him do it at Dortmund and run down to the crowd when he scored and all that. I'm not saying that you can get caught.
No, I know
It
you're
was
not.
like when he ran on the pitch in the derby. I didn't really have that much of a
No,
problem
I
with it. I mean, you don't like to see it, but it was an emotion. I mean, you know, I'd settle for anything if Marco Silva, we scored an injury time, Marco Silva runs down, slides on his knees to the Everton fans on the pitch and takes a 3-match banner, wouldn't it? I mean,
he'd have to take it somewhere else.
not if he won, he wouldn't. But you know, that's the way it is. So like I say, I don't. The real stuff and some of the stuff he does is genuine. Because he's in the game. But things like when they had a penalty and he turned and faced the stand and all that to me is just overplaying.
That's fair enough.
But it works for listen, what he's done is create a unity at Liverpool.
What he's done is take Liverpool, and I apologise but I'm going somewhere with this. What he's done is he's taken Liverpool from being a team that were around the same places as Everton and made them, you know, the European Championships, and a team that I personally will go on to win the league very comfortably this season. And that shows you that if you get the right man in and he's the right fit for the club and he's given the right resources and it's done in the right way, that you can achieve what you want to achieve. It depends what you're trying to achieve, of course, but it does prove, because, you know, Liverpool made a decision on Brendan Rodgers when he was at the club and he was, you know, finished 8 because Klopp was available and they brought him in. But it proves that if you get the right man and he's the right fit for your club, Jurgen Klopp might be the right fit for our club, let's say. But I mean, I'd have him. But what I mean is, if you get the right fit for your club and it fits what you want, then and the conditions are right, anything is possible. Anything.
I suppose that's where we are now, isn't it? We've going into this. It's a tough game, but I suppose everybody is looking at that. Is Marco Silva the right man for it? We're 18 months in. Results don't suggest that he's the right man. You know, we've just lost a game at the weekend. If we lose this one, it'll be another 3 defeats on the run, another block of games. Like you said, we could go into the relegation zone with a defeat. You know, and that's where the club's at, and the club has to make a decision on that. As far as the game's concerned, you know, the toughest game we could have, without a shadow of a doubt, the toughest game we have anyway, but particularly at the moment when the Liverpool are absolutely flying. Okay, they're not smashing teams out of sight, but they're durable, they're winning games, they're getting through games and doing what they need to do, and they're going into a month with a lot of games. But, you know, I suppose from our perspective, you can take half from Brighton, almost nicked the points at the weekend. Now Alisson being sent off, but Brighton put them under pressure.
I'd probably rather have played them maybe in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When maybe we'd be more sorted and they're on there.
I'd rather have played them when they're in Qatar and they let the 20.
I'd rather have just said, here's a 3-0 win. See you later. Take the points, lads. It's fine. I don't need the heartache. I can just take the result.
Get 3 men sent off and just call it a 3-0 defeat.
Yeah, just call it that.
But listen, a derby is a derby. It's 20 years since we won.
Listen, we did a thing last week for the Premier League. And one of the questions they asked us was, anything can happen, it's a derby. And I just looked them in the face and went, no, it doesn't. You said form goes out the window, and no, it doesn't. Doesn't go out the window. And one of the reasons why it doesn't go out the window for me anymore is because when this 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 25 years ago we played when Joe Royle's first game and we won 2-0 and we were down pretty much where we are now, and Liverpool were at the top, I think. And in them days, the conditions were completely different. So you could go round kicking each other for an hour and no one would get booked in a derby. That's the way it was seen. Now you can't. Now football takes over. You know, there's no eveners in derbies anymore. The pitches are amazing, like they have been for like 10 years. There's hardly a foul, hardly any yellow cards anymore, or hardly any red cards in them anymore. And if they are, they'll come to us. There's no great evener anymore in the derby. This thing about form goes out the window. I don't think that exists anymore. And the problem is, in the last few years, that we haven't coped with them. We just don't cope with them very well. And we've seen that last season, where all we had to do was just see the game out. And we couldn't do that because Jordan Pickford's worried about putting a ball over the bar because he's worried about us having a corner in the last minute. You know, all these little things that mentally play their part that we just don't seem to be able to deal with.
I think they're always tight affairs just because of the nature of them. You know, it's like you go...
2 have been 4-4-0.
Yeah, but go and look at the last 30 years. There haven't been 4-0s, have they? And we've had...
No, but I'm not talking about the last 8. I'm talking about the last...
What I'm saying to you is we went there under Sam Allardyce and we were letting 5s in every week, and they were scoring 6s and 7s, and we drew 1-1. And then we went there back 3 weeks later in the FA Cup and it ended 2-1. You know, so you look at it last year, Liverpool were playing well, even near the top, and we were all right. We were going into a decent form. You know, we could have been 2-0 up by the time he conceded that goal. Okay, they had loads of the ball, but Andre Gomez with a header, a yard out, how he's not scored. Sigurdsson hit the post from it. We had Yerry Mina header. We had one where Theo went round the keeper and couldn't get his feet sorted. We had a Bernard chance in the second half he put wide. We had opportunities in that game, and a game when people felt Liverpool would be too strong for us. So there's been those games. Now, I'm not saying they won't be too strong for us in this game, but what I'm saying is there is an evener, there is a leveler. It's how players cope. The 2 4-0s, the first one, we were gung-ho for no reason. We brought players in who weren't fit, went gung-ho and got destroyed. And the second time we played them, we were dead and buried, and we played Brian Oviedo at right back and everything, and they destroyed us that night. They absolutely destroyed us. So what do we do in this game then? Does he go for the same kind of tactics that he tried at Leicester,
you know, depending on the personnel, of course, when we're not blessed with players at the moment. Snyder's obviously started on the bench. But do we go with that and say, well, actually, that worked for a while? Or do we... I don't know.
I'd go with... No, listen, they're playing the best team in the land at the moment. They've only dropped 2 points, and that was at Old Trafford. And they still nearly ended up winning that. They could have lost it and could have won it. So, you know, you've got to try something. I'd go with what we played at Leicester, because we just played it. And we've done all right with it. What the manager has to do is react better. Now, Liverpool haven't got Alisson and they haven't got Fabinho. So, it might only be 8-1. No, but I'm messing. So, therefore, they're not at full 100% strength. And I think we've done all right against the second best team in the land at the moment, which was Leicester. Well, we've done very well. We should have got a point. So, I don't see any point in ripping that up and going, let's go back to 4.
Yeah.
I'd do the same again. Make sure we fill in the spaces like we did. Liverpool are a real threat from the wide areas, but if we've got 5 at the back or wing backs, then you might cancel each other out. And I think what we do is we have Richarlison, maybe Dom again, and say to him, get in the game, and we knock a few long balls and get them spinning into channels and just try and make it difficult for them, because what else are we going to do? Are we going to go match them up and try and play 4-3-3? Well, we haven't got our best midfield, so their midfield is better than ours, you know, so it's difficult then. Yeah. So I think what you'd have to do is you fill in the spaces and then play down the channels and try and get people running in behind Van Dijk. You know, get Richarlison facing them up, or get Dom to get a little bit.
I think he might play Richarlison up front and leave Dom out for this one, and bring Snyder into that midfield as well. Honestly, I can.
I can see Bernard playing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can see Snyderland playing, but I think Tom might come out. Tom Davies might come out, but I'd take Sigurdsson out the midfield, because he's shite, basically. I'd have Snyderland in midfield with Iwobi and Davies, who can get about the pitch, and then I'd go with the 2 up front again.
Sad,
because
though,
you've got it. Well, but
no, it's just sad that this game is being written off where. And don't get me wrong, we never look forward to them, but you'd always sort of look at them and go, could we do it? And I'm sure there's some, not all, some Liverpool fans out there thinking, this is all going too well. This. Everton are terrible. We're flying at the top. This is all going too well. Wouldn't it just be that moment? But as an Evertonian, I find it hard to buy into that.
Well, I think we've only won 5 in my lifetime at Anfield. So we don't win there anyway, even when we've been good. So, although we did in the 80s, we won back-to-back games. But what I mean is we've been good in the thing. And there's been times when we've been better than them and they've beat us. They've 46 games unbeaten at Anfield. And they've won.
It's the longest, second longest ever.
13 on the run at the moment. So they're going for...
it's Anfield that... It beats you before you get there for a lot of teams.
And us. Quite a lot of the time.
It beat them when the fixtures come on.
So what we have to do is we have to go in, and that's why I think playing the 3-5-2 or the 5-3-2, however you want to look at it, I think that's the way to do it.
It sounded like
that's the way to do it. No, but I think that's.
I suppose. I mean, I do. Listen, they've got their fullbacks are such a big strength of theirs. But what we've seen from Siribi on Sunday was actually maybe someone that could utilise that space. It's just whether you take, and he is a player that can get up and down the pitch. And maybe if you say to Dean on the other side, be a little bit more reserved. Try and get Richarlison to pull over onto that side to help him out. Then maybe you've got an outlet there where maybe if Siribi goes up and can't get back, that back, if it is a back 5, can turn into a back 4 with Keane filling in the space on the right. But Sidibe, he can get up and down at least. And if he can utilise that space, I mean, it would be almost like us gegenpressing them. If we can catch them on their counter-attacks by hitting that space that Robinson leaves, that maybe we could utilise that space. And we've seen that on Sunday. It was only till they went till 3 at the back that space sort of got shut down. So that it could work. It's still that midfield that I find is the big problem. And it's not even it's the combativeness of their midfield, because obviously that's what they're in there for. They've got good players, But it is their job to win back the ball and get it to those players up front.
That's why I think if Schneiderlin just sits in front and protects, you can get Davis and Iwobi to press, but also Iwobi to carry the ball. And then I just think that gives us some energy.
I do think it's a big game for Iwobi in terms of carrying that ball forward, getting us out of those. And that's where he's got to play, and a Sigurdsson would have to come out, is because he can carry the ball into the spaces. Sigurdsson and Tom, they get caught far too much in possession when they're deep. You need that player who can ride a tackle or two, can buy you a foul, can get you up the field. And I think that's what Iwobi would give us if he can get past that sort of first block, that first tackle. And that should keep it down to 8.
We've just got to listen. It is a one-off. And that's how you have to treat it. Last year doesn't matter. The year before doesn't matter. None of it matters, does it? What matters is just that 95, 96 minutes.
97, yeah.
You know, that's all that matters when you step out at Anfield, and it's a difficult game. It's the toughest game because of that. But listen, the records are there to be broken, aren't they?
Listen, the expectations are so low of Everton fans at the moment that who knows that
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it, if we ended up, we're the first team to beat them on their own patch, first time in 20 years. It'd be.
The expectations are so low, that might play into our favour as fans, because none of us are expecting anything. All you got to hope is from a mental side of things is that maybe they, I don't know, take the game too lightly, or not even take the game too lightly. Just
no, you want them to get tense because they need.
That's
to
what
win
I'm saying. They almost feel like, and that's where maybe the first 20 minutes are really important, shutting them down.
Well, we know if we go behind early on, it's game over.
We know we go behind at any time the game's over. That's the problem, though, isn't it?
We have to score first. We've got a goal threat. We've proved that on the break, but dangerous on the counter attack. That's why, if he's got any sense, he'll just go with what he did the other day, but he'll take Sigurdsson out and put Schneiderlin.
Yeah, and let Tom operate higher.
Just go with you two, get around the pitch, you protect, and your two fullbacks give you width. And listen, try to just see what we can get out the game. And it worked really well last year, although we had Gomez and Bernard in there, and Garner. But that's what we have to just go with what we've got and see what's what and play it as we find it. We might get a lucky break or whatever.
I think what's interesting as well, going back to last year with them winning that game, it gave them that belief that they could go and win the league. Whereas the flip side this year is 11 points clear in Man City or whatever it is. There's no real, they're not looking at it as if we get over this hurdle or a mental thing. It's actually it's gone the other way now. It's like the winning it so comfortably that it's like, oof. It's not about getting over it. It's like we can't slip up here because whereas last year it was like, got through that game, could get us the league.
It's a pressure thing now. I'm speaking to a couple of lads the other day and saying just not enjoying the season because they feel like they have to, even though they're ahead, they feel like...
Liverpool fans?
Yeah, they feel like they have to win every game.
I mean, do you know what?
Well,
I'm starting to feel like that.
Well, I just said, I'll swap you, no problem. No problem. I'll take the pressure of having to win every game for having to win a game every now and again, which is what we're suffering with at the moment.
See what Liverpool fans, I think loads of Liverpool fans will be thinking this is the perfect season for them, right? They win the league, Everton could be, in a relegation. But you got to think about this if you're a Liverpool fan, right? That would be like having your birthday on Christmas Day. Wouldn't it? Nobody wants their birthday on Christmas Day. You only get one chance to celebrate, right? You don't want that.
No.
You don't want that. You it's 2 occasions and it's all going to get... You can't have 2 parties.
No.
So you don't want that. You do not want that.
So what are you saying?
You can only pick one.
Let's just get out and have a good go
Who knows?
And see what happens. And who knows, it could be...
Riding the shit, lad, and all that.
Could be.
Who will be... It's either who will... It's one of them. It's like for Evertonians. Who will be the Kevin Campbell, Andre Kanchelskis, or who will be the Funes Murray?
I hope there's no Funes Murray. I hope there's a Kevin Campbell or a Gary Stevens in 87 will do. Big deflection to win it.
Oh, well, you know what?
if there's any
Thursday.
if there's any justice or any luck or anything, we are due massively summer Anfield.
Yeah,
even just after last year.
Of course we are.
But let's see. Fingers
yeah.
crossed,
Listen,
everything crossed.
Listen, whatever happens, happens. It's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's life. It's life.
We move on.
We will have to move on.
We will have to
very
move on
quickly.
very quickly.
Very quickly.
Got another
let us
big
know your
game.
thoughts in the comments on this one. Yeah, we'll see what happens. If you haven't checked, make sure you check out Adam's video as well for 888 Sport. The link is in the description. Make sure you leave a comment as well. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Click the bell for alerts, and if you want more great videos, join us over on Patreon. The link for that is also in the description. Thanks for watching. See you later.